This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Not everyone is careful with your personal information, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the U.S. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. If your identity is stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year by visiting LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Start here at MetLife Stadium yesterday, where the Jets suffered an upset at the hands of the rookie quarterback Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. The final score 10-9 in a defensive standoff on a rainy Sunday. Nix was 7 of 15 for -7 yards for the first two quarters and finished with just 60 yards on 12 of 25 passing. But the Broncos, now 2-2, ran for 126 yards and controlled the momentum in the second half. Aaron Rodgers came up limping a bit after a sack late in the fourth quarter and seemed to be favoring his left leg, the same on which his Achilles tendon was surgically repaired last year and was looked at on the sideline by trainers. The Jets gunslinger says he is banged up but should be okay. After a Will Lutz 50-yard kick went wide left for Denver, Rodgers got New York down to the Broncos 32, and Greg Zuerlein, who made 3 earlier kicks, lined up for a potential winning field goal, but his 50-yarder curved to the right. Rodgers was 24 of 42 for 225 yards, and he was sacked 5 times. New York also was penalized 13 times. Up next for the Jets, they'll head to London to play Minnesota next Sunday morning at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Week 4 action wraps up tonight with another double dose of Monday Night Football. The 1-2 Dolphins will welcome in the 0-3 Titans for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Miami heads into that one as 2.5-point favorites. Then at 8:15 p.m. in Detroit, the 2-1 Lions will host the 3-0 Seahawks as 4-point home favorites. On the diamond in the Bronx, Alex Verdugo hit a go-ahead 2-run single with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 8th inning, and the Yankees ended the regular season with a 6-4 victory over the Pirates. Luke Weaver stranded a runner in the 8th, and Clay Holmes struck out O'Neal Cruz on a sweeper for his 30th save in 43 chances. It was Holmes' first save since August 30th against St. Louis. AL East champion New York clinched home field advantage throughout the American League playoffs on Saturday when Cleveland lost to Houston. Trent Grisham hit a 2-run homer 2 pitches in and had an RBI single after being a late addition to the Yankees lineup. Aaron Judge, he was scratched shortly before a 91-minute rain delay at the start. The Yankee captain ends the regular season with the major league lead in both home runs at 58 and RBI with 144. Clark Schmidt allowed 4 runs and 4 hits in 4+ innings in an audition for New York's postseason rotation a day after rookie Luis Gil gave up 4 homers in a similar position. Boone said neither of those outings, though, will influence who is in the postseason starting rotation. Up next for the Yanks, Garrett Cole starts Game 1 of the division series on Saturday in the Bronx against either Baltimore or Kansas City. In Milwaukee, Francisco Lindor homered and drove in 2 runs. David Peterson pitched 7 brilliant innings, and the Mets moved within 1 win of a playoff berth with a 5-0 victory over the Brewers. Francisco Alvarez also had 2 RBI for the Mets, who head to Atlanta, needing at least a doubleheader split today against the rival Braves to secure a National League wildcard. New York could have clinched a postseason spot Sunday with a win and an Arizona loss, but the Diamondbacks routed San Diego 11-2 at home to complete their regular season. New York holds a potential tiebreaker over the D-backs after winning the season series 4-3, so the Mets can reach the playoffs by sweeping or splitting the doubleheader. Arizona needs a sweep by either the Braves or the Mets to advance. If the Mets and Braves split, New York will get the number 6 seed in the NL playoff bracket and return to Milwaukee for a best-of-3 wildcard series against the NL Central champion Brewers. A doubleheader sweep would earn the Mets the number 5 seed and send them to San Diego.
Who do we rather play?
We would rather play the Brewers.
Okay.
So you're actually rooting for a split today as opposed to a sweep. You don't want to run into these Padres right now. They are hot.
And there's no way to win if we lose both games.
No.
Okay.
No, if you lose both games, you're not going to the playoffs.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
well, that could be interesting.
Yeah, you got to win a game here. A sweep by the Braves would eliminate New York, of course, while a sweep by the Mets would knock out Atlanta. So there you go. The Braves get the number 5 seed with a split or a sweep. All the first round series begin tomorrow. So today's makeup doubleheader leaves the Mets at a disadvantage without a potential off day afterward. That is your Sports Know, man. I'm Justin Ellick on 77 WABC.
Kick off summer with Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances and save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/28. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.